Because we do expect damage. We expect significant damage along the coastlines. We pray that we won't lose any of our loved ones. That's why we have to be very safe.
That's Hawaii Governor Josh Green as the state prepares for a tsunami following a massive earthquake in far eastern Russia. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetta.
I'm Marcella Lee. The 8.8 magnitude earthquake in Russia was the strongest anywhere in the world since March of 2011. We've been tracking all of the tsunami warnings for hours now. So far, Russia, Japan, and Alaska have had small tsunamis. The first waves hit Hawaii's coastline just a short time ago.
Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis has been tracking these waves as they near our own coastline. What are we expecting?
I was actually just answering somebody on our Instagram page, on the CBS8 Instagram page. We will not hear sirens going off here.
Right.
We're not dealing with a warning. We are dealing with waves that on the higher end, about 1 to 2 feet. And that would be tsunami waves that look to arrive starting late tonight. That's going to be around 110 to 115. So this tsunami advisory is going to continue all the way until 9/26 on Friday. That's because even once you get that first initial wave moving in, you could actually have some bigger ones after that. So that doesn't mean that that's going to be the peak of it. So that's when activity is looking to start, but we are still holding on to the advisory all the way into that time frame. Everyone is asking about this. You're just being advised to stay off of the beach. You are also being advised to stay out of harbors as well as marinas. Strong currents in those harbors and marinas, that could, in the bay, that could lead to some of those boats being damaged as well as piers and the docks for several hours after this happens. So when we're talking about that initial wave moving in, the times have been around 12:15 for Monterey, California in the morning. You're also talking about here locally, Oceanside, La Jolla, around 110 to 115. Now, we're talking about those two particular areas, but the impacts can be felt right along our coastline. But that's some of the locations that have been selected by the National Weather Service when highlighting that. So when we take a look at those details with the advisory, we're talking about staying out of the harbor, staying away from bays because strong currents could cause damage, and being in the water is not a good idea or right there on the beach. So we'll go ahead and take a look at more details with the tsunami advisory as well as your complete forecast coming up. Carlo, Marcella.
Thanks so much, Carlene. Right now, we're monitoring the situation off our own coast here in San Diego.
CBS 8's Richard Allyn is in La Jolla right now. And Richard, what are you seeing out there?
And Carlo, we are here at La Jolla Shores, where this tsunami advisory is definitely a hot topic of conversation among tourists and residents alike. Some folks definitely taking it quite seriously, monitoring news alerts as they come in. We spoke with some folks as to how they are approaching this very fluid situation.
So I'm here on vacation. I was like, I don't know, it's probably not going to happen, 50-50 chance. But I see like a lot of people talking about it, kind of getting a little worried now.
I don't believe until I see it.
I'm going to be hanging out here till about 9:30, and if it's going to hit, then I was told to just go up this road back here.
Tuesday evening, tourists and residents alike are not only taking in the sunset at La Jolla Shores, but also taking in the news of the tsunami advisory issued for San Diego.
Definitely to look at the news stations, go on the web and see what the recommendations were, what the advisories were.
La Jolla residents Bill and Lena Gerwick remember a similar advisory here in San Diego about a decade ago. They are staying watchful tonight, but taking it all in stride.
We are very far away, and it has to go a long ways, and a lot of the energy will dissipate from the wave going across the Pacific.
And while we are at a tsunami advisory at this point in San Diego, some folks are questioning what they would do if that elevates to a warning. CBS 8 spoke earlier with geologist Pat Abbott about this issue.
The tsunami warning doesn't mean get out of town. It means don't be there at the beach, don't be at sea level. It means get up the hill.
There are 4 levels of tsunami alert, starting with an information statement with no threat or action needed. A watch means the hazard is not yet known and you should be prepared to act. An advisory, which San Diego is currently under, means you should stay out of the water and away from beaches. The highest level is a warning with a potential of dangerous coastal flooding and powerful currents. In a warning, you should move to high ground or inland. And while tsunamis here in Southern California have been relatively rare, these evacuation route signs are posted throughout San Diego's coastal areas, something not all residents are aware of but are paying close attention to tonight.
So it'll be a very interesting.
And again, many folks out here at La Jolla Shores tonight monitoring this situation closely. Now, keep in mind, under a tsunami advisory, it is inadvisable to remain here along the beach. That said, there are plenty of folks out here at La Jolla Shores tonight enjoying this July evening. Many of them telling me no matter what comes, they say their intention is to stay safe. Carlo and Marcella.
Thank you, Richard. Meantime, tsunami hit coastal areas of Japan earlier this evening following that massive quake in Russia. The Japan Meteorological Agency says a tsunami as high as 1.3 feet had been detected in 16 locations as the waves moved south along the Pacific coast from Hokkaido to just northeast of Tokyo. Hokkaido is the northernmost island in Japan. Officials say bigger waves could come later. Streaming right now on CBS 8 Plus, a special exploring how vulnerable California is to tsunamis. It's available right now on our free streaming channel, CBS 8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.